After decades of waiting, convicted killer David Alan Gore is scheduled to meet his maker in just moments. First on the TV 20 News at 6, we go to Stark, where his execution is set to take place.
And what happened when a group of people were calling out Trayvon during an attack on a man who had been trying to stop a thief? We'll explain. This is your news at 6.
Now, from your local source, TV 20 News at 6 in high definition.
Good evening. A man with a long list of murders comes face to face with his punishment. Today is execution day for David Alan Gore.
For the families of the victims, this day has been a long time coming. Gore was convicted of kidnapping, torturing, raping, and dismembering his victims before killing them back in 1983. Our Kristen Giannis joins us live from Stark, where the execution is about to happen. Kristen, have the plans been carried out yet?
David, about 5 minutes ago, a white hearse pulled into the Florida State Prison, and the last we heard, the Supreme Court denied requests for a stay of execution made by Gore's lawyer today. His mom and ex-wife apparently visited him today for 2 hours, and the serial killer's last meal, fried chicken, French fries, and butter pecan ice cream. Gore is being executed for the murder of 17-year-old Lynn Elliott in 1983. Her attempted escape, witnessed by a young boy who alerted police, ended a string of rapes and murders. In all, Gore killed 4 teenage girls and 2 women. He has shown no remorse for the killings. Now, right now, a group protesting the execution have gathered on the field behind me. We'll have more from the press conference after the execution tonight at 11. Reporting in front of the Florida State Prison, Kristen Giannis, TV 20 News.
It took a while to find a motorcycle crash victim this morning, and tonight he's in the hospital fighting for his life. 23-year-old Santa Fe college student Joseph Valderrama was found injured in a wooded area next to his motorcycle. The accident happened on Northwest 23rd Boulevard near Creek's Edge Apartments. Gainesville police believe that he hit a palm tree after he failed to handle a curve this morning. They're still investigating that crash.
It's time now to take a first look at your weather. We continue to wait for rain, and we have this entire week.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Quillen is here to tell us, Bill, it looks like we are starting to get some chance of rain showing up in the forecast.
Yeah, a little bit. I think a best chance maybe out along the coastline from probably Daytona Beach southwards. Interior sections, unfortunately, are going to remain dry until the middle to the latter part of next week. Take a look, see what we have, viewer photo for today. Where's the wind? A weather vane, or is it a vane weatherman? You never know how many times I check my hair and makeup before I go on the air. Send us in your photos, WCJB Weather at Twitter and WCJB Weather at gmail.com. Storm vision radar, well, picking up on a little bit of smoke. Watching the smoke generally move out to the west today of a strong east wind. We're expecting more of a north and northeast wind, and that really hasn't occurred, but the temperatures have been very nice, holding in the mid to upper 70s right now. Lower humidity means the fire danger is pretty high. And Paige, here's the weekend forecast, day early for you. 80 degrees on Saturday, 82 on Sunday, partly cloudy skies. Looks like some beautiful weather. We'll break it down for you in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Bill. George Zimmerman is in jail, but the Trayvon Martin shooting is still a flashpoint in race relations. Just days after a white man says he was attacked by a group of men shouting Trayvon, there's been a similar incident in downtown Gainesville. A man trying to help a friend get her purse back from a purse snatcher was attacked by people calling out Trayvon. TV 20's Stu Carter reports the suspect had been released from jail the same day for committing the exact same crime at the same location.
The Good Samaritan was attacked after he chased down and tackled the accused thief. That's when some bystanders came in to help the purse snatcher.
Clearly, they didn't look at what was happening.
Gainesville resident Keith McInnes is shocked people assumed the worst when a white man held down a black male suspect after he's accused of snatching a purse. McInnes believes people should put the facts together first before making an assumption.
You see a person running away with a purse in their hand and someone chasing them. Why would you assume that that was a Trayvon-like incident?
Police say it happened downtown near this restaurant, The Lunchbox. That's when a white couple were waiting when a black suspect grabbed a female's purse.
The suspect immediately took off running with the male half of the couple following right behind him.
An unidentified witness said a man ran down the street and tackled the suspect, and that's when police say a crowd gathered and started yelling Trayvon.
as the male tried to explain to the crowd that the suspect had just taken his friend's purse, there were other witnesses who arrived at the scene and corroborated the story.
And telling that story still didn't help. Police say the Good Samaritan was trying to hold down this man, 50-year-old Carl Babb, when a couple of people from the gathering crowd stepped on his hands, allowing Babb to get free.
The folks who were yelling Trayvon and stomped on this Good Samaritan, seems unlikely that they were local people.
After a perimeter was established, police arrested Babb on Northeast 1st Street. But McInnes hopes to improve race relationships, people have to have an open conversation.
Have the honest conversation with your neighbors and your community members, and have that conversation in a way that is respectful.
Police have not identified the people who attacked the Good Samaritan, but police described them as being homeless men and women. Duke Carter, TV 20 News.
The world got its first look at George Zimmerman today as he made his first court appearance in Sanford. The shooting suspect in the death of unarmed teen Trayvon Martin appeared before a judge who spoke via satellite. The former Neighborhood Watch volunteer was ordered held on probable cause, and his arraignment was set for May 29th. Zimmerman turned himself in at the Seminole County Jail last night, charged with second-degree murder.
We have a sense of peace right now because we know that the person that shot and killed our son will be held accountable for it. We can't really say what the outcome will be, but we have committed to this journey.
Zimmerman faces a minimum 25 years in prison if convicted of murdering Martin on February 26th. He claims he acted in self-defense after the teen attacked him. Prosecutors will have to prove Zimmerman's state of mind and that he went after Martin intentionally.
A 911 call about an abused child may be that child's last hope. 800,000 children go missing every year in the U.S., so Alachua County is stepping up efforts to help them. Alachua County's combined communications staff is one of 63 in the nation to become a partner with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. That means staff have completed more than 600 hours of training on how to handle calls about abused and exploited kids.
I've got 2 grandchildren, and to implement a program that would help and possibly be the difference between recovering a missing or abducted child is very important to me.
Center's announcement came today as part of National Telecommunicators Week. The future of tuition increases at the University of Florida is in the hands of Governor Rick Scott. Last month, lawmakers passed a bill to eliminate the 15% a year tuition caps at UF and Florida State. Governor Rick Scott has spoken out against tuition increases, but Whitney Ray reports today he listened as UF President Bernie Matchett stated his case.
An on-the-record skeptic of tuition increases, Governor Rick Scott has a big decision to make, and these university presidents want to help him make it. The fate of a bill to allow FSU and UF to raise tuition above the 15% a year cap is in the governor's hands. Thursday, Scott listened to university administrators make a case for the increases.
If I'm losing faculty, it's harder for our students to have classes, and it slows down their ability to finish. That's a waste of state dollars, and that's a waste of the student dollars.
FSU President Eric Barron says his school is hurting. State budget cuts have cost the university 300 professors in 4 years. Many are leaving for better paying jobs.
If you want innovation, if you want STEM jobs, you can't do that by teaching people in a 300-room classroom.
If the governor signs the bill, FSU administrators say that tuition would only go up modestly next year. The big increase would come in 2014. The University of Florida has different plans.
We will take a year to get our plan together, get it approved by the Board of Governors, and we will only start with entering freshmen.
A half dozen students sat in the back row hoping to speak out against the bill.
We feel as though the student voice was not heard today. The students had no opportunity to speak. We feel that's definitely problematic.
Students have sent thousands of emails and letters asking the governor for a veto.
You want to make sure that the families in this state can afford a great education, and you want to make sure it's a great education.
Scott is promising to make a quick decision. In Tallahassee, Whitney Ray, TV 20 News.
Whitney Ray tells us business groups were on hand today to support the tuition increases. They say the extra money will make the universities better, the workforce smarter, and will attract high-tech businesses to Florida.
We're back with a look at the Stand Your Ground law. Stay with us.